All right, let's start with the news of the day. Trevor Harris out and for a little while. What happened and how much of a shock is it that he's out for this extended period of time?
It seems to me, from talking to people around the league, that there was somewhat of a misdiagnosis here because Harris actually practiced for a couple days this week, did media availability as well, but the neck injury gets worse, and it's easy to see why it might have happened because he was sacked 7 times in that game. So going forward, or at least for this week, Taylor Cornelius, who was with head coach Jamie Elizondo in the XFL, will be the starter. But this is a big blow to an Elks team that has already dealt with a COVID outbreak, is behind the 8 ball in a big way.
All right, so Jake Meyer fit well in Calgary. Could Taylor Cornelius out of OK State, and as you mentioned, with a bit of a history with the head coach, make the transition a little bit easier?
It's possible, but I see it real difficult, to be honest. Like, he was with Elizondo in the XFL and is used to playing American ball. Jake Meyer is an anomaly, I think, my man.
You think that's a one-off?
I do, really do.
Is it just, and listen, I'm not suggesting that the OUA is the CFL, but you were an all-star quarterback in the OUA. Is it just because of the extra man and the size of the field? Like, what, we've had Heisman Trophy winners come up here. We've had NFL first-round picks come up here, and they're going to tear it up. And they can't. They don't do as well as Jake Meyer did or as Chris Strevler did. What is it about the Canadian game that trips people up?
First of all, it is that extra man. And to be quite honest, it's the pace of it. Timmy, you well know this from calling the games. That 20-second play clock comes at you fast. And it's not like an NCAA football or even now in the NFL where you get a 40-second play clock and you can have a coach talking to you in your ear, telling you what play to check to. That doesn't happen in the CFL. And then also, I feel like for whatever reason, the guys from the smaller schools, like you mentioned, Jake Meyer or Chris Strevler, they come in humble. They don't think that they're going to take the league by storm. Now, I think that's changing a little bit in terms of the perception of the CFL because Paxton Lynch was humbled when he came in with Saskatchewan, and he's continued to be the third stringer there, the former Denver Broncos first-round pick. But it is very difficult for these Americans to come up here because they come up here with a big head.
Right. I think they can just run the league, and it's not that easy, as we've seen over and over and over and over and over. I won't do the Marshawn thing.